afternoon, everybody. I'm sorry I'm a few minutes late, but I must say that um, I've been getting some interesting um, phone calls. I've been getting some interesting feedback, even from my friends that live overseas. I've listened to everyone's message. I had about 44 phone calls today, this morning by itself. Um, and when I say very interesting phone calls, to me, they were interesting. Um, One thing I do know is that I'm a person that will speak what's on my heart when others won't. I understand that everyone talks about this thing called the social platform. I understand that everyone feels as though that when they voice their opinion, a lot of people, hey Dale, a lot of people try to help me to understand that there's some stuff that I would end up saying that I shouldn't say. Um, and then there's a lot of people who call me today and begin to throw out scriptures to me and telling me what I shouldn't say as a pastor, as a bishop. Um, but then there are some people saying that um, you're going to get yourself in trouble. There were some people even equating to me speaking what I'm speaking today, saying that it's not your concern. I mean, I didn't, like I said, with 44 phone calls. Then I spoke with the chairman of the General Assembly, and it's funny because some of the stuff that he was saying to me, I had already dealt with 6 hours earlier. But like I said again, when people tell me stuff, I never say who say what or what say who, because I believe that if we share something, then it's between me and you. Um, I don't ask people for anything, but what I will do, I will speak my mind and say what's on my heart. And a lot of people can't do that because they're afraid that they will lose face with friends. People afraid that they quote unquote social platform will be tarnished. So it's just a lot. Even one of the musicians that I deal with spoke about the way I speak online. And I understand where he was coming from wholeheartedly. But sometimes I have to do what the Bible says, and I want to make sure that I quote everything right. So if I was to actually go to the book of Isaiah, the 58th chapter, and the first verse it says, "Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions, and the house of Israel their sins." Boom, that's one thing. Second thing, if I go to the book of First Timothy, the 4th chapter, the 12th verse, "Let no man despise thy youth, but thy own be an example of to the believers in the world, in conversation, charity, and in spirit, in faith, and purity." Let me say this. Today I come before you because I want to talk about something that I found to be very interesting with people. Um, I do understand that what I'm gonna talk about is considered could be a generational curse. But I asked a question, and my question was, what do when a woman say I want a real man, what is she talking about? I really have a issue with that because I sit back and I'm trying to understand when you say, I want a real man, what is the entity of a real man in your life today? Because if I go back 40 years ago, the entity of a real man in your life then will be different from what it is stated now. Okay? People say, females say, I want a real man. What do you call a real man? To me, if you saying I want a real man, you want someone that's going to respect you as a person, number one. Number two, a real man is willing to take care of the woman that he's sleeping with, the woman that he's dating. To me, that's a real man. A real man is also going to be the father of his children. That's also a real man. A real man is going to take care of the one that he say he loves. That's also what I consider a real man. So what do you say when I want a real man? What do you want? Let me see. You want somebody to bust you upside your head, and he's only available to you when he wants you. When did that become a real man? You want the type of man that will lay up on you, cheat on you, get in your car, drive you to work, but then go pick up Rashida after he dropped you off. Is that a real man to you? I got my juice today and it's full. So, like, what do you consider a real man? If your mama did this in her hey glory days, why do you have to do it? One of my friends said it's a generational curse. Why, Bishop, why are you going to deal with that? Why even talk about it? The reason why I'm talking about it is because it has become an issue in society and nobody wants to address it. We don't want to address it because we don't see it as being something to talk about. But my thing is this. At the end of the day, if I lose friends, so may it be. If I lose people that say, well, he's not a preacher, he's not a bishop, so may it be. But at the end of the day, somebody needs to talk about it. So what do you call a real man? The thing you don't want about a real man is a man's going to get up and go work every day. A real man is going to come home from work and you can't even cook. You can't cook hot water or boil an egg, but he go to work every day and to support you and the kids that don't belong to him. So what you call a real man? Are you considered to be a real woman? All you want to be is a thought in a household? See, I'm trying to curb my words because I got 44 phone calls today. But by the time I left Volkswagen, Stokes Volkswagen to home, I've gotten calls from leaders. I've gotten calls from parents. I've gotten calls from people I work with, people that I go to church with. I was getting all these phone calls. A lot of people say, oh, you off for work today, you should be getting some rest. But it's hard to get rest when you get a phone call at 9-something at night and somebody telling you that they need to talk about you because a man just beat the hell out of them. Should I call the police? What do you mean, should I call the police? Yes. Call the cops. Call the popo. I would even say if it's vice versa. If a man called me and say, pastor or bishop, my wife just beat me up, what should I do? Call the cops. But see, what I don't understand, like when a woman say, I want a real man, I need to know so I can get clarification and understand what are you calling a real man this day and time. Is it a man? What's a real man? Because see, I think there is a misconception of the definition to clarify what are you calling a real man. Help me to understand. What are you calling a real man? I don't understand that. But then as soon as your definition of a real man is not fulfilled because you're procrastinating and you're lying to yourself and you're going opposite the whole attraction of what you're calling a real man, and now I see the real you. I see the real you. And what I see is a person that's saying, I want a real man, but what type of man are you asking for? What type of man are you asking for? I don't understand that. Everybody's talking about, I want a real man. Let me tell you what you don't want. Here's what you don't want. You don't want a man in the house that's going to bring leadership and decorum and justice in your home. You don't want a real man that's going to say, hey, no, we're not going to be smoking weed. We're not going to be drinking. Okay? You don't want that type of man. You don't want that type of man to tell you, you ain't going to have all your friends over all times of night. No, you don't want that type of man. You don't want a man in your life that's going to chastise the kids when they need to be chastised. That's not the type of man you want in your home. You don't want that. So what you do? You go for something that you say is correct. This is the type of man I want. But as soon as a real man comes through with some type of decorum, some type of inner being to say, hey, I want to love you, the children, let's get out of the hood, and let's do better. You don't want that. Because you have done this for so long. It's become a generational curse in your home. For so long, you're used to men coming in there using and abusing you for so long. So this is what you're used to. But when the real man come along, that has potential, that has some type of decency and respect, when the real man come along, you don't want him. Oh, he's soft. He ain't no damn good. So what is he? What happened? What's wrong with having a God-fearing man that don't want you to go to the club? We can answer every phone call, every text message that's not of God. But when someone come along that want to show you love, show you respect, show you the God-fearing way to do stuff, oh no, you don't want that. So what's a real man? What can somebody actually tell me? What is a real man? You don't want a man to love you, to cherish you. But you want somebody to knock you upside your damn head. That's what you want. This is what you want. You want somebody to allow your children to run amok. Is this what you want? Do you want somebody to just come and go as they please? See, you got to realize something. For so long, we have lived in I would call slavery days. You was a bed warmer. You was happy with being a bed warmer. Back then, they wasn't happy being bed warmers. But now, you're happy at being a bed warmer for a man. It even has a name to it now. See, back then, you was forced to be a bed warmer. And you hated it. Females hated it back then in slavery days. They hated it in Jim Crow. They hated that bed warmer entity. Now, women today, they love being a bed warmer. So guess what? A man can call you a hoe or a harlot and you happy with it. So what do you call a real man? That's what I don't understand. And then you have somebody like me come along and now I'm showing you your transgressions. Now I'm wrong. Now I am the type of person that nobody wants to be around. Nobody wants to talk to because guess what? I'm telling the truth. So what do you want in a real man? Are you happy living in subsidized housing? Is you happy living in someone else's house? Is you happy catching a bus? Is you happy not knowing who God is? Is you happy being a bed warmer? Is you happy with your children running amok? Are you happy living that lifestyle? Are you happy living like that? I don't understand it. I mean, if I'm destroying my platform, then guess what? I'm destroying my platform. But at the end of the day, I'm crying out and I'm sparing not. That's what the Bible tells me to do. I'm showing you your transgressions. No one want to talk the way I'm talking because guess what? They're happy with what's going on. They're happy with the welfare system. They don't want nobody to push them to excellence. They don't want that. They don't want that. So what is a real man? It's so many boys out here wanting to be men. You a man walking around with your pants hanging down. That's what you want as a real man. That's what you want as a real man. All these independent women. You're independent. How? You leave miserable, you come home miserable. And then you have a man that's saying that he's trying to show you the way, but guess what? All he is a man in your life. He come and go whenever he wants. He's not showing you the proper way. That's what I don't understand about these people who say, I want a real man. What is a real man? What is a real man? A real man is going to take accountability of himself and those in his circumference, those in his home. What is a real man? I need somebody to tell me that. What's a real man? Because I'm not going to say I'm sick and tired of people calling me, talking to me about it, because guess what? Number one, that's what as a servant, I'm here to listen to you. I'm here to help guide you. I'm here to talk to you. But how many people can say, I can call my pastor and he's going to tell me the unadulterated truth about the hell and the sins that I'm living at because he loved me? As long as you pay your tithes and your offering, guess what? You got a real pastor in your life. Just because you cocking your legs open every time this man say it, you got a real man in your life. Every time I turn around, you looking at something that you shouldn't be doing, guess what? You got a real man in your life. Some men live in alternate. Yeah, you got that right, Tammy. And when they live in them, guess what? It's a challenge for the woman. Because now she's seeing one thing, but it's something totally different. It's a facade. So who are these real men? Who are these real? What's the lifestyle of a real man you want in your life? Oh, because he go to church and follow God, he's not a real man? Because he believed in going to work, supporting himself, and you because he loves you, and the children that's not his, or the children that's his, that's not what you want, but that's a real man. We have this thing with this general courtesy. Well, my mama was a hoe, I'm going to be a hoe. My daddy was a pimp, I'm going to be a pimp. My daddy had 13 kids, I'm going to have 16 kids. So what do we consider a real man? I'm just asking. Because when a real man comes in your life, you have to realize something. And even when and to the men, you're not acceptable for deletion to this also. What do you call a real woman? Somebody's gonna sit around and drink 40s and smoke weed all day? I'm just asking. Because it's shocking to me. It's shocking to me. Tammy says some leaders are not real men. You're right. You have a lot of leaders that are not real men. Whether it's a man leader or a woman leader, you got a whole lot of them that's not being real and truthful. But since you brought up the church entity, I'm gonna talk about that in a second. But we have all these people that we say are, you say you want a real man. What's a real man? If you're comfortable with that, just say, you know what? You can call me Fulton. You know what, Fulton? This is the type of man I want. If that's the type of man you want, then so may it be. Because you have to realize something. The man that you say you want and the one that you have, two different entities. Two different entities. See, I like it when I come on live because I say stuff that your pastor won't say. And for that, I'm a hellion. Oh, he's a hellion. Oh, he's no good. He's not Christ-like. Oh, he's not a true man of God. Well, see, when a true man of God come in your life, you can accept that because of what? Because a true man going to tell you the truth. Whether you like it or not, he's going to tell you the truth. Because see, when a true man of God comes in your life, he's not going to sugarcoat what's being said over the pulpit, over the internet, just to make you feel good. That's not going to happen. Because see, when a true man comes in God, he's going to say, so why was you in the bed with that man? Why did you allow this man to take you to the Poconos, not knowing that's not your husband? Why did you take that woman to the Poconos that's not your wife? How did you end up in the bed with a man and you a man? See, that's the type of question that I ask. And then when you give me the answer that either I want or I don't want, okay, cool. If that's what you like, that's what you like. As long as I do my part and giving you what God say about it, then guess what? There's not shit. There's nothing that I can do about that. But when you say that you want a real man, a real pastor's going to tell you the truth. See, me, I'm very passionate. Once I get started, people who really know me, from a childhood to a grown-ass man, people that know me know I get passionate about things. I'm at the point where when you tell me I'm hurting with you. So when you come to me about a real man in your life, a real pastor in your life, I'm starting analyzing. I'm starting to look at what's being presented. All right, and I asked a woman this just about 2 months ago. No, cousin, when I start to go sideways left field, I had to take a second to drink something because then I can get back on track. I asked her, who is the man in the house? She said, well, Pastor, I just need to talk about it. I said, no. Tell me who is the man in the house. Anytime you tell me you chastising your husband and he gets upset, who's the man in the house? Who's the man in the house when you chastise the children and then you go behind him and chastise him for chastising the children? So who's the man in the house? And I had to show her, you are the man in the house. Hello, Mama B. I had to show her that you are exemplifying the man in the house. So since you want a real man, that's your husband. Allow your children to be children. Allow your children to grow up. Allow your behind children to be grown-ups. You keep doing what? Chastising your husband behind what your children is doing. So who's the real man? What type of husband do you really want? I didn't understand, so I had to show her, as her pastor, as her leader, what I see. You brought this to my lap. A lot of people will tell you, we don't like talking to Bishop because Bishop going to tell us the truth. Because guess what? I don't have time for your shenanigans. I don't have time to be that leader that's going to lie to you. I don't have time for that. I just read you 2 different scriptures before I got started. One came out the book of Isaiah and one came out the book of 1 Timothy. I don't have time to start lying to you as a leader. And that's the biggest problem with real leaders. Because real leaders are going to tell you the unadulterated truth, whether it hurts your feelings or not. And when it hurts your feelings, you're going to do what? When it hurts your feelings, you're going to tuck your tail and run to another church. So my sisters, my female sisters, what do you call a real damn man? Yes, I get passionate because guess what? I get sick and tired of seeing you crying, you hollering out, you don't know what you're going to do, your bills ain't paid, all he want to do is have you as a bed warmer. I just told you, back in slavery days and doing Jim Crow, guess what? A woman didn't want to be a bed warmer. But now, that's all you consider to be in a lot of men's lives because guess what? That's what you want. You want to be a bed warmer. You want to be a hoe and a harlot, and it's okay. But when you become a punching bag, you still take that man back. So what is a real man? What do you consider a real man? What do you want as a real man? Yes, your mama went through this. Yes, her mama went through that. But when does it stop? When does it stop? And you know what? Let me put a pin right there. We look at generational curses as stuff that happens time and time again over a period of time within the genetic structure of your family. See, I tell you, I got a little bit of education. So when it happens within the general structure of your family, what happens? It's a redundant cycle, happens over and over and over and over. But when will that cycle of the generational curse stop? When will that happen? When will the structure of what you're going through in your life say, you know what, somebody got to say, you know what, let me Google this. How to break a generational curse. Google that. You Google everything else. Google that. So I had a person ask me, well, I Googled, when is God coming back? I had a person tell me that. Bishop, I had to Google, when is God coming back, so I can get myself together. And I had to tell them, he's coming back like a thief in the night. That's when he's coming back. You really know when he's going to come. Google can't tell you when he's coming back. So I'm not even going to ask you what Google said. Because I know that what the word of God tells me, he's going to come back like a thief in the night. And how does a thief walk? Silently. In total darkness. So, what are we declaring is a real man? And to the men, what are you asking is a real woman? Women, stop being the man. Allow the man to be the man in the house. Stop picking up the rod of correction and correcting that man when you're dead wrong. Stop it. Because guess what? When this happens, a lot of people get sidetracked. Because see, when you are living the lifestyle that you shouldn't be living, it's going to show. When you living with someone that you shouldn't live with, it's going to show. So you got to realize something. When you say what you want in the atmosphere, and that's what you want, you're going to get just what you want. Plus that 10 times over. Just like a man can say, you know what? I'm tired of running women. Lord, give me the wife that can be desired of my heart. Lord, I'm looking for my rib. Now I'm speaking to God about it. I'm gonna tell God what I want, how I want it, what color I want it in, and guess what? I already know trials and tribulations is gonna come behind it, but guess what? You have to be the woman to say, what's the real man that you're looking for? And actually, you shouldn't be looking for him; he should be looking for you. Because the Bible says the man that finds a wife finds a good thing. If you're good in that man's life, guess what? He's gonna find you. Or if you're presenting yourself a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto God, for that's your reasonable service, guess what? You're going to find a man that's going to what? Serve you right. You're going to find a man that's going to take care of you. You're going to find a man that's going to go out and work. You're going to find a man that's going to put you in the house that you desire. You're going to find a job where you can work and y'all can come together as one. Come on. Like I said again, everybody, I got 44 phone calls today. From the time I left the Volkswagen dealership to the time I got home. 44 calls about what I was going to talk about. Don't talk about this. You're destroying your platform. Well, guess what? They destroyed Jesus' life and all he did was to come do what? Okay, think about it. What did God come to do? What did Jesus come to do? So if I'm destroying my platform, guess what? So may it be. I'm a man that's going to give you some positive advice. I'm going to let you see your transgressions. I'm going to let you see that. Because guess what? At the end of the day, I'm getting sick and tired of women saying, I want a real man. So what do you consider a real man? Is he accountable? Is he respectful? Is he honest? Is he worthy? Is he worthy of your love? Are you worthy of his love? What do you call a real man? I'm getting sick and tired of it. And when I get like this, like I said, people that know me know, damn it, I'm very passionate because guess what? I'm tired of it. That's why somebody said you shouldn't be a preacher no more. Because when you let stuff build up, it comes out. You come out like a roaring lion. I'm very passionate. And I'm tired of it. You should never have to be a woman living with a man wanting for anything. Because guess what? When he wanna have you in a bed with him, guess what? You there with him. But when you need to get your hair done, he can't come. He can't help you get your hair done. When he wants you to drink, guess what? Everybody gonna drink. I think I said that the wrong way. When you want to drink, you can't get a drink. And I don't mean alcohol either. Because guess what? He out doing what he want to do. He drive your car to work. Like I said again, everybody talk about these church folk. I get tired of church leaders doing the same thing. The same thing. You say that you the father of these people. You the shepherd. You the leader. Guess what? The shepherd loves his sheep. You have to understand something. The shepherd loves his sheep. Because guess what? That shepherd is going to take care of his sheep. Because the sheep do what? Provides him wool. Provides him comfort. Provides him help. See, I can say I can go back. I can go to the street with this conversation, and I definitely can go to church with it. Everybody talking about cry out and spare not. But when a real preacher, a real pastor cry out and spare not, people say that person is a devil. We want to celebrate holidays to please people. No, I don't do trunk or treat. No, I don't do Halloween. No, because now since I done got educated, I understand what it's about. Oh, well, you did it when you were younger. Yes, because I was foolish. I can call myself foolish. When did the church start having trunk or treat? When did the church start going out on Halloween? When did the church folks start doing this? And saying it's okay. You take all my money because you say, oh, the church needs to give. See, I can realize something. I'm going to support the church when I can support the church. I'm going to give to the church when I can give to the church. But it shouldn't be a mandate that if I don't support the church, I'm going to hell. No. That shouldn't be that should be the mandate, because the Bible talks about tithes and offerings, which a lot of people don't like because it's in the Old Testament. And people will say quickly, "But God came to fulfill the law." I'm going to give my 10%. I'm going to give offerings. I'm going to be my brother's keeper. I'm going to fellowship with those who I need to fellowship with. I'm not going to persecute nobody because they can't give. That's between you and God. Not between Bishop Dr. Fulton Parham and you. That's between you and God. I can tell you what the Bible say. Then it's up to you as a grown-up to fulfill what the Bible is saying. Not for me to come to the pulpit, preach over the pulpit about you, and you sitting right there. That's not it. So what kind of real pastor are you looking for? To the women, what type of real man, or what do you call a real man? And like I said again, I may lose a platform today. I may lose friends on Facebook. I may lose the phone calls. Hold on for a second. Ugh, I see too much of a glare. I have to get rid of some of that light coming up because the sun is shining on the outside. Hallelujah, praise God. So, my thing is this. What do you call a real man? What's a real man? What's a real man in your life? Tammy said, pagan holidays. You right. But see, as you get older, you begin to understand. As you get older and you start to read more, you start to look at what's reality and what's not, what's fake and what's phony. And when you understand what's going on in life, guess what? Now you can say what's real and what's not. I see my sister said, for every loss God makes up, you win more. Amen. You have to realize that's how the God is in our lives. So when you say, I want a real man, what are you calling a real man? See, we don't, okay, let me tell you what a real man is, because I know someone said to me, I was talking to earlier that called me, she said, you're going to have to have a part two. She said, because everybody's going to start questioning you on this topic. Let me just say this. A real man in a woman's life and a real woman in a man's life is this. Number one, communication. Number two, love and respect. Number one, communication. Number two, love each other. Number three, respect each other. Number four, have some type of decorum of godliness in your body, where y'all can basically sit down and talk about God on one accord through communication. Okay, number five, you have to realize that as a man, you say you're a man, don't be afraid to get up and go to work. As a woman, don't be afraid to tell another man that you are already taken. Because guess what? Just like what you won't do for that man, another woman will. And just like what a woman won't do for a man, it's like vice versa, another man will. So at the end of the day, what is that factor of having a real man in your life? What do you call a real man? I said earlier, I talked about kids and guns. Every year this time, I come on to Facebook Live or whatever platform I'm on, and I say, I beg you, stop buying your kids guns. Stop buying your kids guns. Stop giving them these games that's showing them how to ambush people and shoot people. A real man is not going to sit in a home and watch a kid play video games all day shooting people. That's not what a real man going to do. A real man going to stop them. Hey, no, we're not buying that. We're not doing that. That's what a real man going to do. Yeah. Well, that's the only thing that's out there. But then guess what? If that's the only thing out there, then buy him some books to read. Buy her some books to read. A real man is not going to allow a child to walk around with their pants hanging down. Because guess what? The man shouldn't be sagging. The child shouldn't be sagging. Whether it's a boy or a girl. Because now we got girls out here sagging worse than the boys. So a real man in your home is not going to allow that to happen. No, not a real man. A real man is not going to light up a blunt packed with weed and y'all all smoke together. That's not that. No. That's not a real man. So now you're introducing me to drugs on top of saying I'm a real man. Or that's the type of man I want in my life. That's the type of man that I want to have in my corner. Is this man that ain't doing nothing for you really, but showing you the way that you really want. Because guess what? He ain't no good, and your ashtray ain't no good. Okay? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. But you say you want a real man. Like I said, I'm not, and for those who watching this, those who have come to me and spoke with me, I've never said your name. But the same conversation I'm having now live, I had with these people, these females. And a lot of them will call me crying. Some of them will call me as their pastor, as the bishop, over the Reformation. People will call me as their brother, as their uncle. People will call me and talk to me. And the same thing I'm saying now, I don't chew my tobacco twice. Whatever I say once, damn it, believe I can say it again. So, what do you want as a real man? You want a yes man, or you want a yes woman in your life? What do you want as a real man, my sisters? What do you want as a real man? I'm trying to understand. God knows I'm trying to understand it. You know, one of my sisters asked me for something the other day, and as much as I wanted to give it to her, I just didn't have it to give to her. But I wanted to find out who her boyfriend is, or who her fiance is, because I want to go smack him upside his head. God knows I do. Because guess what? At the end of the day, if you living in the same house with her, then guess what? She should never have to ask her brothers for anything. But God knows I wanted to give it to her, but I didn't have it to give to her. People call me all the time, talking to me. And like I said, I'll never say a name, but I can talk in reference as. I don't understand this. Why are you so hard on women? Because guess what? I'm getting sick and tired of seeing women go down the same rabbit hole. Leave them unserving, unjust men alone. Allow God to bring the right woman into your life. The right man into your life. You got so much discernment outside. You got so much street knowledge outside. But what happened to your knowledge when it comes to you looking, or you sitting back allowing God to send you the right man for you? What happened to that? What happened to that? You got so much knowledge. Oh, I'm smarter than him. But you got this nigga at home beating you upside your head. Your mortgage or your rent is late. But he's laying up at your house. He don't want to work. Is this what you want? But you say you want a real man. I don't care if his pig is as big as King Kong Ding Dong. I don't care. If that's what you want, stay with it. Stay with it. Because guess what? All that abuse is going to come to a head one day. It's going to come to a head one day. And when it comes to the head that day, don't call me. Don't call me. Because warning comes before destruction. You've been warned. You say you want a good man, prove it. The type of man you want in your life, write the vision and make it plain. You want a man that has some type of love and respect for you as a woman? Prove it to yourself, damn it. Prove it to yourself. Not nobody else. Prove it to you. We're so busy always trying to please people. When will it stop? So what type of man is a real man? See, I keep going back to that because that's my topic. I keep going back to that. I'm trying to understand. And I want you to understand what is a real woman. And if it's a part a generational curse, when will you Google how to break a generational curse? Because guess what? When I get off my live today, I'm going to Google it. And then I'm going to copy and paste it on my page. How to break a generational curse. Because guess what? As an independent person, you're not happy. And I love when women tell me, I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy single. I'm living my best life. No, you're miserable because guess what? One of my evangelists, she go on more cruises than God allow. And I told her when I was laughing about it, I said, you know what? The day gonna come that you gonna have that man that go on a cruise with you. You're gonna have that husband that go on a cruise with you. Oh, Bishop, stop. I said, yeah, because guess what? Once you get on the boat, because I haven't been on cruises, it's good to meet people, but it's also good to sit on the balcony of a boat and look out in the ocean and talk to your significant other right next to you. It's a good feeling. It's good to have a companion with you on vacation. So don't tell me you're happy being single. No, you're not. Because guess what? It'll always come back to you mentally and in your heart. You know what? I'm here by myself. Oh, I hang out with my girls. But the impotency, I can't even get out because I got these new teeth in my mouth. How can I say? I can't say the word. The impotency with your partner is special when you on that boat. I can't get the word. I got these new teeth in my mouth, y'all. So when you have that companion with you, guess what? It makes a difference. Like I tell you, my evangelist, she go on so many cruises. I didn't even know she was on a cruise. Thank you, Renee. She's on a cruise now, and she will go on and she will hop on a cruise by herself and go. But I know that when she go to the shows, when she go out to just have fun, it's always good to have that person with you, to be by your side, to give you the companionship that's needed. Renee, you know. Fashawn, you know. It's good to say, that's my man, or that's my woman. So, because God made us to be with a man and a woman. God made this. He made us to come together as a couple, as to replenish the earth. God made all of this. So you know God made all this. What do you call a real man? He don't come home and play games all day. He's not sitting around smoking weed, drinking 40s. I don't even know if they still drink 40s. Somebody tell me yes or no. I don't even know. I had to tell somebody the other day, yeah, I drink. I haven't drunk a soda in over 10 years. That's how I'm losing weight also. Hey, I haven't soda in over 10 years. I said, oh, wait, I drink. I had me a double shot of communion juice. Double shot of communion juice. Look at that. I didn't say water. I have a double shot of communion juice. I cleanse my body so much. Have a glass of wine. So what do you call a real man? Do you want a real man just to be sitting at home? So whatever your real man is, let it be a real man. Stop buying kids guns. I'm almost through, y'all. Stop buying kids guns. Stop buying kids these games that's going to replicate guns, because guess what? When they go out here and shoot somebody or kill somebody, don't you be the one. Yeah, I have a double shot of red wine, Renee, and my sister put a big crazy face up there, and I don't even know what it means. I know it's like I just have a half a glass of wine maybe twice a month, and then I do communion in church. That's about the little thing. I call that my double shot right there, little thing of communion juice. So don't buy your kids guns this Christmas. Don't buy them any type of video games. What's it, Call of Duty, Call to War, Villa Shooter, man. Stop. Because we're losing our children. Because your parenting skills is not parenting skills. Your parenting skills is because now you don't want a real man in the house that's going to bring leadership, bring honesty, bring love to your home. You don't want that type of man that's going to tell your kids, no, that's not good. That's going to take them games from them so they're not out here shooting up people, stealing cars, learning how to ambush. And my last thing on today. I don't know what a snake is because I wasn't raised in the country. I was raised in the inner city. The only snakes I knew back then were the little green garden snakes. I learned about dissecting snakes and all that stuff in school. Um, the only snakes that I knew was no snakes, people that walked on 2 feet. The snakes I know walk on 2 feet. Those are only snakes that I know. The only snakes that I know walk on 2 feet. And I had to ask myself, the people that I call my friends, family, my colleagues, what are they like as snakes? Because a snake is someone that's cunning, deceitful, will strike at you. That's the snakes that a lot of people have in their lives. People have snakes in their life that they don't even realize are snakes. Some people have snakes in their lives that comes to them and is ready to take them out. But then you got some people that will make you look like a snake. Because guess what? At the end of the day, they're not coming as a snake. People will have you lying on them and you don't even realize it. Now you becoming a snake. Yeah. Yeah. And I see this so many times. We will take a 10-word sentence and make it a 50-word sentence to a paragraph. And when that happens, now you become the snake. You become the snake. So how many snakes do you have in your life? People ask me, why am I always to myself? Why don't I hang out? People on my job will tell you, I will get my lunch, warm it up, and I will not eat in the cafeteria. I'll go back to my unit. I'll go back to the office, sit down and eat by myself. Why? Because I don't want to be amongst snakes. I hate when people, hey daughter, I see my daughter on here too. I hate when people, they'll tell you something and allow you to get upset and run with it, and then they just sit back and watch you act like a fool. People will say stuff in your circumference because they know that you're going to go back and say something. Now you look like the fool with the poo-poo on your face. I'm getting tired of these snakes. We have snakes all around us. Be not deceived, for God is not mocked. Whatsoever man soweth, that shall he also reap. So the same merit the same mote in your eye, you better look at other people's eyes too. The mote that's in their eye, how big is the mote in your eye? Because we have these snakes in our lives that we are allowing to bite us, to infest us with poison. We're allowing it to happen. We are. And I don't understand it. We got snakes on our jobs, in our families. There's snakes even in the church house. We got some leaders that are snakes. And I don't mean no garden snake either. I mean a big cobra, a big boa constrictor will constrict the life out of you and think it's godly. Yeah. So what type of snake is in your life that you refuse to let go? Like I said earlier, this has been one of the Real Talk Tuesdays that I haven't had in a long time. But I had to come on and say something, y'all. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of females getting hurt. I'm tired of seeing kids in trouble. I'm tired of people always talking about people like they are the scum of the ground, when basically looking at, hey, you allow other people to come tell you about people that didn't say what you thought that they said. Well, this is my last Real Talk Tuesday for the year of 2024, y'all. This is my last one for this year. And let me just say this also before I go. If I have ever put up a picture of us growing up together, and you felt as though that you should sue me or um, have me brought on charges of putting a picture up that happened over 40 years ago, then please forgive me. Yes, the lawsuit is over. I haven't put up no pictures lately. Y'all can tell from my past because yes, I was being sued. So I couldn't talk about it back then, but now that it's over, I won the case. It didn't really go anywhere, but it lasted long enough in the back of my mind, in the back of my life, that I had to. I call it cease and desist until this was over with. So I can now woosah that because that's out of my life. Um, I am looking at doing another recording for next year. Um, that's a whole topic that I'm gonna come over here and talk about one day because I found out who the snakes were in my life about me recording. And the ones that came, that was the ones that was in my life about the recording, it kind of hurt me. Um, but I just said to myself, it was done in malice and in hate. It was. So I am gonna record again. I'm working on some stuff. So at the end of the day, the Holy Spirit of Baha'i Records, I thank y'all for being in my corner. Um, Catrice and Elaine has been like really there for me. Professor Craig Hayes has been there for me. My UMAC family has been there for me. My brothers and sisters have been there for me. A lot of my co-workers has been there for me. And to y'all, to let y'all know, I thank y'all so much for everything, for everything that I'm going through and I'm dealing with. It's been a blessing. And so this year I had to take a back seat of doing a lot of posting stuff because there's a lot of distractions. I stopped coming on Sunday nights for that reason. A lot of distractions. I've learned who preachers was in my life, all the ones who was lying on me, backstabbing me. I found out who the cobras was and who the pythons was as preachers, bishops, apostles in my life that was sowing this discord amongst the brethren. So I've learned all of that this year. So moving on to next year, I'm looking at bigger and better things. I preached on Sunday. I talked about, people with the untruth. Um, it's just a lot. But I'm moving forward. I'm trying to rebound from a whole lot. But next year, I think what I'm going to do is become the Fulton of yesteryear, but in a nicer way. When I say no, I'm going to mean no. Man, my yes going to be my yes. So on that tip, a lot of y'all know how I used to be. I didn't have a problem doing what I do or saying what I say. So it's about to turn a cycle on me, and I'm about to do it. 25, yes. My other sister says 225, bigger and better. Just know we're gonna have some very stressful days ahead of us. Martin Luther King said it. We're gonna have some tough days ahead of us, but we're gonna have to strap up our bootstraps and fight as a good soldier and do what we have to do to make things work. Keep God first. Allow God to be in your life, to be in your home, and guess what? It will prosper. All right. God bless y'all. Like I said, the 44 people that called me today, I hope that they actually look at the actual live today because I'm about to send it over to YouTube in a few minutes. But look at the live, and I hope that everybody looked at it. Will share it with somebody else. I know people say, "Oh, I shared your page," and they don't share it. So it's all good. There's no true success without struggle. You're right, Joakim. You're right. You're right. So we need to be. We need to have that true success in our lives. We may have to go through a struggle to have some true success. I'm a living witness of that, and those on here who know me, like my brothers and sisters on here, they know me that I've had a lot of struggles, but look at me now. I'm a true success. I could go on, but that's a whole nother live in itself. Yes, I had my struggles, but through it all, I'm a success. Um, so um, I pray everybody have a nice holiday. Moving forward, 2025. You know, if you struggle, come out strong. Struggle, allow God or Allah, Jehovah, whoever it may be, Buddha, whatever you may worship, to be real in your life, to show you the real you, and so God can bless you. And with all you do, no matter what come or go, allow God to be first in your life. Okay, for those who want to call me and talk about what I said today, y'all know my phone number, 252-360-9833. Give me a call and we can chop it up and talk about it. All right? Love y'all. God bless y'all. And y'all can, whenever you get time on your schedule, give me a call. Because I think now you see what I go through, because now we share the same type of work pattern. Except I may be a little bit higher for of you on that, but now we share the same work pattern. I think you see what I go through now. So on that tip, I love y'all. Real Talk Tuesday, raw and uncut. Women, what do you call a real man? People, stop buying your kids guns and allowing guns to shape them to what they become in society. They become killers, robbers, and murderers. And women and people overall, who are the snakes in your life, on your job, in your church, that sit on the same row as you? Also, in your home, in your family, who are the snakes? And it's time to get rid of them so that you can prosper in God. God bless you all. And this was Real Talk Tuesday with Bishop Dr. Fulton Parham. God bless you all. Grace and peace.